Welcome to The Explainer. We love to make complex topics simple, and today we're tackling a huge one. Why is AI so darn expensive? And more importantly, what can you actually do about it?
So, let me ask you, is your AI budget a total black box? If you're a leader trying to plan for this stuff, it can feel like you're just guessing. The costs are unpredictable, they're confusing, and man, can they spiral out of control way faster than anything you're used to. And listen, you're not alone in feeling this way.
Well, to get some real answers, we're diving into some fresh research from a firm called Virtualization Options LLC. What's cool about them is they specialize in breaking this stuff down for executives who aren't deep in the tech weeds. So, perfect for us, right? They've really laid out why AI billing is such a different animal, and, how you can actually get a handle on it. So, let's jump in.
All right, so first things first. You have to understand, when it comes to paying for AI, the old rules of cloud computing, they just don't apply anymore. It's a whole new ballgame.
Okay, so think about your normal cloud costs. It's kind of like your electric bill, right? It's predictable, it's pretty steady, it's mostly running on standard computer chips, what we call CPUs. But AI, it's the complete opposite. The work it does comes in these short, incredibly intense bursts, and it needs these super powerful specialized chips, GPUs, or graphics processing units to do it. And because of that, you get billed on a whole new set of rules that can really catch you off guard.
So, why does AI break the bank? What makes that cost-meter spin so incredibly fast? Well, it really boils down to two key things: the very specialized hardware it requires and just the raw intensity of the work it's doing.
And this chart really just lays it all out. At its core, the hardware premium for AI is just huge. Those specialized chips, the GPUs we just talked about, they are fundamentally way more expensive to rent by the hour than the normal CPUs that run most of your other software. And look at this number. The scale of this price difference is just staggering. We are not talking about a little bit more expensive. No way. We're talking about a high-end GPU instance costing 20 times more per hour than a standard one. I mean, think about that. That's the kind of jump that can absolutely wreck a budget if you aren't ready for it.
Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting. It's a bit of a paradox, and it's something the Virtualization Options report points out really clearly. Even though that GPU costs so much more per hour, it's so ridiculously fast for AI tasks, we're talking 10, even 100 times faster, that the total cost to get a single job done can actually be lower. You see, you're paying a premium rate, but for a tiny fraction of the time. It's like you're buying a faster car to finish the race sooner, and that's what can save you money in the end.
So, because the tech is so different, the price tags have to be different too. They're like a whole new language. So next up, let's decode them so you can see exactly what you're paying for. Okay, so out in the wild, you're going to run into three main ways they charge you. First, you've got your basic subscription model, a predictable fixed fee every month. Simple. Then there's pay per use, which is exactly what it sounds like. You pay for what you use, so it's super flexible. And then you have hybrid models that try to give you the best of both worlds, kind of like a cell phone plan with a base rate and then charges if you go over.
Now, this next part is absolutely critical to understand, especially in the world of language models. You're going to hear the word token a lot. What's a token? Just think of it as a piece of a word. The AI models, they chew on these tokens. And you pay for the tokens you send in, that's your input, and you pay for the tokens the AI sends back to you, that's your output. You pay for the whole conversation, both ways.
And this table shows you the token economy in real life. Whoa, look at that difference. Upgrading to a more powerful model isn't like paying a little bit more for a nicer car. It's like going from a bicycle to a rocket ship. The price per token, especially for the output, just skyrockets. This makes it so clear that picking the right model for your task isn't just a tech decision, it's a massive financial one.
Okay, so we've seen why the bills get so high. We get it. But now for the good part. How do you actually get this under control? Let's dive into some real, actionable strategies you can use.
And the great news is, you are not helpless here. You can absolutely be proactive. It starts with just common sense stuff like right-sizing your tools. Don't pay for a Ferrari of a GPU if a simple sedan of a CPU can do the job, right? You can also use things like discounted spot instances for work that isn't time-sensitive. And maybe most important of all,
Monitor everything. Watch your usage like a hawk and set up budget alerts so there are no nasty surprises. Now, if you're a team that's actually building your own AI models from scratch, your bill might look something like this. And just look at that huge blue slice. That's compute. That's your GPUs. It can easily be 70% or even more of your entire bill. What does that tell you? It tells you that if you want to save money, optimizing your hardware is without a doubt the #1 place to start.
And hey, don't forget that who you partner with really matters. The big cloud providers are not all created equal when it comes to AI. AWS, for example, has the biggest toolbox of services. Azure is a no-brainer if you're deeply integrated with Microsoft products. And Google Cloud is often where you find the really cutting-edge AI and custom-built chips. So figuring out which one's strengths align with your strategy, that's a huge lever for managing your budget.
All right, so for our final section, let's look to the future. Is it always going to be this complicated and this expensive? Well, the good news is the landscape is definitely starting to shift.
So what does the road ahead look like? Well, today, you've got this insane demand for GPUs that's keeping prices sky high. In the near future, you should probably expect billing to get even more detailed, maybe even tied to how well the AI actually performs a task. But the long-term hope, the real light at the end of the tunnel, is competition. New AI chips from new companies could finally create a more competitive market and, hopefully, bring those insane hardware costs back down to earth for all of us.
And that leaves us with this one big final question to chew on. We all know AI is getting smarter, faster, more capable at a dizzying pace, but will it ever actually get cheaper? The answer to that question is going to shape, well, pretty much everything in technology and business for the next decade. And thanks to what we've covered today, you now understand the economics you need to watch as that future unfolds.